honest. Y'all ain't even on my fucking level, to be honest. Some of y'all dancing with the devil, to be honest. Y'all ain't even supposed to be here, but since we all here, let me tell you what's real, to be honest. Y'all ain't even...
Ladies and gentlemen, it is your boy, Stefan, a.k.a. Sneaky G, but I'm hanging out with my main man, my partner in crime, Clary, the OG. Got the cowboy hippie in the backstage, and yes, we got a special guest. I don't know about you guys, but I have not slept since yesterday. I'm going to say I have not. I think I've had like 5 minutes of sleep. I mean, maybe less than that.
You did bother me a couple times throughout the day texting me, so I get it.
Well, I want to thank you for saying a couple. and I'm gonna tell y'all right now, tonight I'm excited. And I am not gonna waste this man's time any longer. Okay, I'm lying because I'm trying to get my Facebook up too. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, Clary, I'm gonna introduce him. See, look, I can't even talk right now. Ladies and gentlemen, we have with us today, blessing Truce, the man, the myth, the legend, who I inspired to be when I grew up. None other than LPG, ladies and gentlemen. License plate.
Well, hey guys, thank you very much. I got to take off, so it was a good show.
Hell yeah!
Now.
That is what I'm talking about, man.
You know what? I will take what I could get. I'm like, you're LPG. You're right. It's been real.
I appreciate the introduction. That's it's very kind to you guys, honestly. And I don't know about the growing up part, making me feel like I'm freaking 70 years old. But
well, I'm glad you brought that up. I got a question. If I may, if I get too personal, LPG, you could tell me to pound sand. True or false? I've
seen 4. I've been to 5 Super Bowls. I've seen 4. That's all you're gonna get out of me.
Well, are you? May I bring?
I'm sorry. I only care about 4.
Right, so, and that's how we. Yeah. We don't want to talk about. Yeah, no, we don't want to talk about that one.
No, I don't even remember that one.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
No, go ahead. What were you saying? Sorry.
You're fine. I want to bring in your age because I don't believe it. I might need to see some idea. Are you 51 years old?
No, that's lies.
Wikipedia lies all the time, Sneaky. Don't you know that?
Wikipedia. Well, they also got me at 4'8".
I saw that, man. I was going to ask you about that.
Well, I don't know.
Hey, real talk about the height thing, which is funny because I get asked that more than my age, which is hysterical because if you really think about it, most of the time I'm taking a picture with a football player, right?
Right. Okay.
So none of my pictures, I mean, I literally look 4 foot tall.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's really funny. I mean, I'm only 5'9", but the point is, don't make me out to be 4'7", which I think is hilarious.
And I'm sorry to Claire. When we met last year, when I saw you last year, I'm 5'10", and I will say it was an honor to the fact that you were looking up to me. It was an honor. Go ahead, Claire. I'm sorry.
No, I was just judging him by license plates that fit on his chest.
Yeah, I get that.
So I went and tried to do it myself, and I go, okay, we're about the same height. It is bullshit. So yeah. I did the license plate size test. That's what I did, man.
That's funny. I definitely get that too, but that's why I kind of like when people say that because most of the time, if I take a picture with the plates, I'm literally hanging them over the front row. So at least I get at least 4 or 5 more plates that it makes me look bigger.
There you go.
So I got obviously I'm in about 150 New York Giants groups on Facebook. And I have Tony Little all the way out in Britain. I hope I'm not saying that wrong.
No.
Tony. But he says creme eggs are the secret to his youth and luscious hair.
Nice.
That's what.
So Tony's a real good dude. Tony is not only a funny dude, but he burst onto the I guess the Giant scene a couple of years now, and die hard as they come. With his family, he's got 2 kids. If I'm not mistaken, one of his daughters is, has a Giants name. I'm sure he'll tell you that right now if he wants to divulge that. I'm not talking about anybody else's family, but he's a good dude, and he's right. However, it's Cadbury cream eggs. Get it right.
Oh my God, that's right.
So if you're gonna get my favorite shit right, get it right.
And it's not only that. I'll say that I know your love for Cadbury cream eggs, which I'm letting you know I have a big stockyard of it just for you, waiting for you.
Lies.
That's actually true. It is a lie.
Yeah, I know.
But I know that your hatred for the dentist is true, though.
Yeah, that's 100% true. And he's actually a friend of mine. So it's funny because he'll hit me up and he'll be like, "Dude, are you really eating that again?" And I'm like, "Stop following me, bro. Like, you won't be my dentist anymore. Stop following me." So yeah, I'm a big sweets guy, and Cadbury cream eggs, I have it down pat. I do 2 at a time. They go in the microwave for 9 seconds, 10 seconds, they crack, and then they're nice, they're warm, and they're unbelievable. And I don't just take a bite, I eat the whole thing.
So I also want to jump on something that I saw on Wikipedia, which I think is freaking phenomenal. You've been to every home game since 2003. Is that true?
No, that I don't realize they're coming now. So, it's been on there for a while, the 03 thing. Let me clarify home and away. So home games, I don't think I've missed a home game in like 40 years.
Holy God.
But this would have been my 20th year, which, you know what? I got to clarify that as well. There's no streak ending. Not that I care. I mean, I guess I care a little bit. There's no streak ending. There's no fans. So there can't be a streak.
Right.
But the Wikipedia is wrong because it's every game, home and away, since 2000. Because in 2000, which is the year I don't really speak about, it's true. I don't, because I decided a couple of years before that in the 90s, I was going to, I don't know, a couple of away games here and there, and then maybe even like 5 or 6 games. And then in 2000, I decided to go to all the games. And they made it all the way to the Super Bowl. Like the year that I want to go to every game, they made it to the Super Bowl.
Right.
And they obviously lost the game, and I turned around. It was my brother-in-law at the time, and I turned around to him and I said, "Listen, I'm not missing another game until they win this thing." So that's really what started it. And then 2001, 2002, 2003, 4, 5, and all the way up to like the Super Bowl year. Then that year, I decide that I'm going to sit front row to all the games. I don't know how I'm going to do it. I don't know how I'm going to afford it. I don't know how. All I know is I'm going to do it. And that's the year I became extremely friendly with Jacobs and Bradshaw and Ware and Blackburn. I mean, all these giants, because I'm literally sitting right behind them.
Right. Yep.
And I just posted, yesterday or the day before, the Brandon Jacobs, which I think is hilarious because he really did say that. He really saw me at a hotel and he's like, "Hey, you." And I'm like, "Me?" He's like, "Yeah, you. Who the fuck are you?" And then and that's literally how our friendship began. And then look what happened. 2007, oh my God guy.
Yeah.
Tyree makes the catch. I'm the oh my God guy. Was never license plate guy first. I was oh my God guy. And the rest is history. So this would have been my 20th year. And again, if the Giants are playing somewhere like they are in Dallas, where you guys are, or Sneaky where you are, whatever, I'm going.
Right.
So if they're allowing fans, I'm going. I just won't be at the home games, I guess, for a while.
Yeah, well, so it's a good thing that you brought up the streak. To be honest, it would bother me. If there's, but I will say this though, you do have an alibi. It is not your fault for you not attending the game.
Right. So let me ask you something. Everybody else in this freaking world gets an asterisk. Throw one my way.
Right. Right?
That's right. That's right. Absolutely right.
And just so you know, Tony did respond back. He said both of them. He said his children's are named Brooke, Beckham, and then Sophie Strahan. Beckham. I said Beckham. Beckham. My bad. And then Sophie
You don't watch
Strahan.
soccer? He don't watch soccer apparently.
Yeah, soccer. Yeah, right.
Yeah. No, I watch American football.
And what's his other daughter's name?
Sophie Strahan.
That's right.
I like
so
that.
I mean, look, that's a diehard. That's a diehard to me. You have to, you're naming your pet after a giant is something. Naming your kid. So, maybe he's got a screw loose, but we all do. So I'm cool with that.
Yeah, we have a Shih Tzu. It's a Shih Tzu Poodle mix. I just like saying the word Shih Tzu. We named her or him Blue for the Giants. So yeah, that's
good. You couldn't throw big in there. You could throw Big Blue in there. Just Blue?
I tried to. Actually, I did try to, but they're like, Blue. No, we're just gonna call him Blue.
That is basic, Sneaky.
I'm like, okay. Well, I was voted off the island. I do want to ask you something.
Put out, I guess.
Yeah, I was. Yeah, it was. Somebody had to go, and I was that one. Clary, I don't want. I could talk to LPG all day.
Hold on. Look at my. Look at my.
Look at him. Look how buff he got over the. We changed places, man. Now he's.
Look at him. I mean, I got a vicious tan, but look at that.
You gotta take a picture of that, man. That's a good picture right there.
Are you flexing? I don't know if you're flexing or constipated, but I'm going to take flexing.
Gritting my teeth,
Well, look. I want to ask him a question that's probably been asked 470,000 times. Obviously, I need to know the craziest stadium, not the best as far as fans go. Crazy, like wild, insane, fan wise.
I mean, look, it's boring that I keep saying it, but there's really nothing crazier than Philly, and that's but that's soup to nuts, bro. That's I say this all the time, and I'm sure people listening are going to be like, I heard this guy say this a million times, but if you come into the stadium as a visiting fan and your team loses, they're going to come at you,
right?
If you come into the visiting stadium and your team wins, they're going to come at you harder.
Yeah.
No matter what you do, you're in trouble in Philly. Now, I rarely had a problem in Philly only because of where I sit. And people don't realize that. They're always reaching out to me like, be careful when you're in Philly, and don't get batteries thrown at you, or don't get sucker punched, don't do this, don't do that. There's two things I always say, right? One, I'm not really a dick, pardon my language. So the greatest thing about sitting front row is that if I don't want to answer anybody back, I don't have to.
Right.
So you could have the most annoying person in the world. You can have someone like a sneaky D-man behind you. And if I never want to turn around, how frustrating must that be for that hater behind me that so wants my attention and I just won't give it to him? And two, what I always say to people is, what can possibly happen? Yeah, I could get sucker punched, and I get this, and I took a lot of threats when I used to wear the Zero Super Bowl jersey in Philly, but I have the team, security, police, guards, everything 5 feet from me on the field. So if you really think about it, I'm not up in the upper deck where I'm getting pummeled and it takes 25 minutes for someone to get to me.
So let me extend that. So that means you're not really doing too much drinking though, because when I go to games and I have to piss and I got to walk through the back up and you're at a visiting stadium, that's where you take a lot of shit, man. It's when you got to walk up the stairs.
So that's another two things that's an LPG rule,
right?
If I'm drinking at all, and I'm not a huge drinker, but if I'm drinking in the lot,
right?
Yeah.
Right.
And if I'm whoever I'm going to a game with, it's almost like I'm a father figure. Like, all right, we're ready to enter the stadium. Go take your piss. Go eat whatever you got to eat. Because when I sit down, you're not freaking moving.
Right.
I don't care if it's first quarter, halftime, your ass ain't moving. And if you rock with me to a game, you want to go? Go. I'm not moving. I don't care where you're going. And yes, a lot of shit happens when you get up and leave.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Because I witnessed at the old Cowboy Stadium in Irving. I witnessed an Eagles fan getting bombarded, man, and I intervened. I helped him. I was like, guy, this shit ain't needed, man. And he was at the very bottom as well, and I was about probably 10 rows behind him, and I got in between, man. But he was taking a beating, man. That kind of shit somehow needs to be taken out of.
No, I mean, look. With it's fun unless it leads to beatings. Don't get me wrong. You know, you just said something really funny, and I haven't told this story in a long time, but I've only been in a few altercations.
Oh, I was about to ask you about that.
Yeah, I've been in my share of fights. More younger than older and smarter. But there's one time at Giant Stadium, it was a Cowboy fan. I mean, really he was out of line, right? And this is the old stadium. This is going back years. And he like messed with an old guy in our section, and a Giant fan wasn't having it. I mean, he just wasn't having it, and went after the Cowboy fan. And I did what you did. Okay, I jumped in the middle, and you could tell the Dallas Cowboy fan was drunk. And there's a picture. I don't know where it is. Sneaky G-Man, find it somewhere. It's 20 years old. It's 25 something years old. And there's me. Like the Giants guy is going to crush him. And I have the Cowboy guy like in a reverse full Nelson just so he won't get hit. But the picture looks awesome. It's awesome because it looks like I'm destroying this dude. And I want to put it on my wall. I just can't find it.
Hey! I got one more thing because I'm a gambling man. Okay, so let me ask you this: I'm gonna put LPG's over under to 9.5 altercations he's gotten into at football games. 9.5 over under. I say over.
Okay. Oh wait. Oh, see.
Hold on. 9.5 physical or altercation.
A push, at least a shove of some sort, at least some kind of shove.
And you gotta give me a chance to answer.
9.5.
Go ahead, Sneaky. 9.5, and it's some kind of touching.
Yes, it had to be some kind of a hand saying get away from me, or you had to use your hand to push them away. 9.5 over under, Sneaky.
You know,
I got the over, by the way.
No, I got to go the under because LPG. I mean, we've only met a few times, but I mean, we've spoken a lot, and I don't. I mean, I could see people getting in his face, but I don't see him being that way. And so I'm going to say under.
Okay.
And I'm not trying to kiss your butt or anything. I'm just being honest. I just don't see that in you. And plus, and let me back up too. Not because, and I'm going to say this why, because the fact that he knows so many people that especially now with social media being a thing, that he'll be on video. Yeah. So I'm taking the under.
Hold on. Let me tell you though, guys. Okay, how many games has he been to? You got to put that into calculations as well, man.
Oh, I know.
So I got to know. So I got the over. What is?
Man, that's such a complex question. I'm not even trying to beat around the bush because Sneaky kind of nailed something good. I can't get away with anything.
Right.
I can't even have a post now about a tailgate without the NFL following me and shutting me down. So if I raise my hand at all, I'm a wanted man. And when you're in the public eye, and I got to tell you, I'm not going to lie one bit. Fireman Ed told me 15 years ago, he's like, people are going to take shots at you left and right. He ain't lying. And the hate is so much more compound than the love, even though the love is more. I get much more love than I get hate, but I get hate. So to answer your question, you should have done it by by decades. Wait, hold on. Because Clary, you are 100% right. It's over. But Sneaky wins because I don't think I've gotten any kind of pushing or shoving or even someone putting their hand on my plate, and that deserved a hand to them. And that puts us over right there.
I
haven't done anything in years. So you're both right, and Sneaky's right because of the reasons, but Clary, it's way over.
Thanks for the answer, man. I appreciate it. I figured only because I've gone to many games, not as many as you have, but I've gone to quite a few, and I'm more of a college guy, so I've been to a lot of the Big Ten stadiums.
It's more wild at college than it is pro.
Depending on where you sit, you're absolutely right. Absolutely right. Yeah. Those college fans, the Texas OU game down here, will see 10 to 20 fights going on in between the quarters. It's crazy. So yeah.
I'm sure.
Yeah. All right, I got to show some Facebook love real quick. LPG, I just want to bring up a gentleman by the name of Adam Valencia. He said that ask him about the head tattoo or a head tattoo. He has a Giants.
I think he's got the huge NY. Is that what he's got?
Or I think he has the Giants.
Oh, the Giants. That's written across.
Yeah.
Look. I have tattoos. I have Giant stuff on my body. I mean, for all you guys know, under this thing, you had no idea what I got. I could have a big old Giant thing under there too. Adam got nothing on me. I got New York Giants, Ford Super Bowl champion, all across, but you don't know because of the hair. So Adam and I got the same tattoo.
Okay, since you brought up tattoos, have you seen mine?
You know what? Is it someplace that I could actually view it without throwing up?
Yes. Actually, yes.
I might throw up though.
Because the way you're leaning forward is already looking like a lower back tattoo, and I don't want to see it.
Hold on, LPG. Clary, you did not say
once you start doing this, I don't want to see it.
Clary, you did not say that to me last night, so I don't want to hear about throwing up on anything. No, Joe, it's in a decent.
Let me see it.
All right.
Yes, my apologies. I love that, and you did show it to me at Hard Eights.
Oh, and I added this one on too.
Yes, correct. I never saw that. I saw the ring. I saw those. See, that's an awesome tattoo. And you know what? Keep working out because you're going to need another ring right here.
You're damn right. You're damn right. Oh man. Speaking of Hard Eights,
and yes,
Speaking of Hard Eights, we're going, right?
Oh yeah, that's a given.
Okay.
Clary, more than welcome. I only go to the one in I say Grapevine, but it's not Grapevine. It's right next to Grapevine.
It's in Flower Mound. Capel. No, it's Capel. The one in Capel.
It's Capel. I always go. Anybody that's listening, no matter what, I go Saturday night. That's where I go eat. I've been there tradition for I can't tell you how many years, and I'll be there again.
I'll be there,
no doubt.
Oh yeah. Oh, and speaking of that, going from the old Dallas Stadium to the new one.
Yep.
Please tell me, what was that experience like? Eli taking the win.
Yep.
on opening night. What was the atmosphere? I mean, did people? I mean, speaking of putting hands on you, did people give you any kind of grief?
No, yeah, of course. When you leave, you get it. But again, you're gonna get a lot of talk. You won't get more than that unless you're a jerk. And if you're a jerk, they're gonna be a jerk back. And if you're a jerk, they're gonna be more of a jerk back. That you have to understand, and I think I've told you this in person. There is nothing sweeter than AT&T Stadium. I mean, it's just the way it is. I mean,
wait. Say that one more time for Clary and the Cowboys. I mean, just so they hear you correctly.
It's true. It's the greatest stadium in the NFL. Sorry, as I lead you to drink. It is. The only thing sweeter than that is obviously a Giants victory inside of it. But the stadium is the largest I've ever seen. You could almost pick up MetLife and put it inside of that stadium. People ask me all the time, how do you find it watching a game? do you find yourself watching the screen? And what's funny is, depending on where you sit at AT&T, I don't watch a screen because I literally have to look up.
Right.
I'm here. Most people behind me are looking at this massive 30 to 30 yard line, this just absolute massiveness. And, look, did you know that ATT has 7 levels? So
Yep.
it's such a big stadium that they have Bud Light cheerleaders on, I think, the 4th or 5th level, because the ones on the 5th, 6th, 7th can't even see the freaking Dallas Cowboy cheerleaders on the ground. So they need 2 sets. That's how big that stadium is. And, when Jerry does something, he does it right. It's just a gorgeous place to go to see a game.
So I will say this. I've been to 3 stadiums so far. The Centurylink, Mile High, and Dallas. And for me, yes, the AT&T Stadium is massive and it's gorgeous. But for me as a fan, and it's all subjective, like for me, the best experience that I've seen so far was Centurylink.
Well, it's loud.
It's loud, it's powerful. It's really in your face. And the times I've been there, we went 1-1. We won the first time in, I think it was in 2009, and then in 2000, I think it was 14 or 13. I think it was 2013 we were there. It was after Seahawks when they won the Super Bowl. We were there.
Yeah.
But the one disappointment I have as a fan is with those 2 stadiums, with Centurylink and Mile High. Before the game even starts, we could go down to the front row and get autographs for the fans. That's where my son and we met Steve Tisch, David Tyree, even Geno Smith. Yeah,
I don't recall that person.
I don't. I just said that because we did get his autograph, and I want to give him. Oh, and Jesse Armstead, met him.
Phenomenal.
I'm asking this for myself. So, where would you recommend we would sit in the Dallas Stadium? Because we found out the hard way last year that there's certain ways. Because it was our first year last year going to the Dallas Stadium.
That's a real difficult. You have to sit near the tunnel.
Okay.
Any tunnel where they come in. That's any stadium.
Okay.
But Dallas is extremely hard, just like MetLife. You can't go behind the benches unless you're sitting there. So,
gotcha.
Or you have a pregame pass. Now, those don't come by, very often. But if that's to anybody out there, if you're looking to score some autographs and stuff like that, my suggestion, if it's a home game.
And remember, I'm asking for a friend.
Correct. Yeah, I'm sure you are. So if you're talking about a home game, when the Giants roll up hours early, they literally come over to the fans and they sign in the parking lot. Not to you. You go to their parking lot and there's a fenced off area. And the Giants, a lot of players are extremely generous with their time.
Yeah.
As far as game time, you definitely should be near a tunnel when they're going in and out during warm-ups. Other than that, I would say you make your way towards the buses after the game, and sometimes they come out to see family or friends that have come visit them to the game, and then they will sign for kids. And obviously, they're in a much better mood when they win. When they lose, not so much.
Right.
Not so much. But that's for your friend. And
I'll let him know.
Other than that, I can't see you being loud enough to call them over or anything.
Not me.
No. I can't see that ever happening. So
that's not how I got Steve Tisch's autograph either.
No, I bet you only had to say, "Hey, Mr. Tisch," one time.
Yeah, I didn't call him by his. I didn't call him by his first name. Not at all.
Of course not.
Why would I do that? That'd be
no way.
Disrespectful.
Look, I will tell you that people that are going to go to games this year and maybe even next year, good luck getting autographs, because I think COVID shut that down too.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think anybody's coming over to anybody.
Go ahead,
I
Ish.
got a question about autographs. What did you think of last year of that Giants fan going up to DeMarcus Lawrence after the game to try to get an autograph? Now, you can see
Camille.
it both in two different ways, just because of he was a kid, but at the same time, like
Don't make
as big
excuses
as a rival.
Don't-
As big as a
don't do
rival as it is,
Look,
you shouldn't do that.
It's a great question. So you do know that I took Camille and his father
Yep.
onto the field, and they did whatever they did with Barkley, and he was well taken care of.
Yes, sir.
If you wanna, and you know what, they're great people. They're really, really good people. But if you want my honest opinion, this is going to sound kind of cheesy, but I'm old school. I would never ask an opposing fan, an opposing player for an autograph because I don't give a crap about you.
Right.
So I didn't care about DeMarcus's response. Like, yeah, get away from me, kid. You're Barkley and Giants out, and you want my autograph. Like, get away. Now, look, with social media, DeMarcus Lawrence is the devil.
Yeah.
And I loved it. Don't get me wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Now, on the flip side, to Camille, the kid, kudos to him because honestly,
Big shout out, Camille.
He's a really good kid. I guess in the world we live in now, with Madden and fantasy football and this and that, those players mean a lot to him.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, and they're not all Giants. Hence the reason why I don't play fantasy football is because I would only pick Giants. Like, I have diehard Giant fans that are hitting me up like, yo, hope the Giants win, but Dak's got to throw 4 touchdowns. Like,
yeah,
dude,
no.
I'm sorry, that just doesn't fly in my book. Like, who are you? Like, don't text me that. Like, go text me tomorrow. I don't want to hear any of that.
Yeah.
I don't want you to be secretly fist pumping yourself when Dak throws a touchdown versus the Giants. Like I'd rather you do something else to yourself and do that onto Dak, whatever. But to be honest with you, getting back to Camille, he didn't do anything wrong. Because DeMarcus is a Cowboy, I'm obviously going to say DeMarcus is 100% wrong and not signing it. Yep. And look what happened. Camille wound up, meeting Barkley and getting this and getting that. And shout out, by the way, to Barkley's people. He has some really good handlers. And what I mean by that is it's impossible for a player of Barkley's stature to keep track of any kind of fandom. But he's got a group of friends around him, from the Great One to Nikki to his handler Cuz to Kim with the Rock Nation. He's got people around him. He's got a bunch of good people.
Camille, I actually met him through social media. We talked immediately, and they're on western side of Texas. Mm-hmm. We actually plan to meet up on week 5 during they're coming to the house. And LPG, you're more than welcome to come over to the house. You still got to try the potato salad and gumbo. We already had this conversation. Yes, but for me, as a Giants fan, it just added another niche to the belt as to why I hate the Dallas Cowboys. And people tell me, how bad do you hate the Cowboys? And I hope every Cowboy fan hears me now. You have Welsh shit, and then you have the Dallas Cowboys. Boom! I said it. Put it on the calendar. Ish, clip it. Yes, it has been done.
Hey! Let me tell y'all something, Giant fans. Okay,
and don't say 5. Don't say 5.
No, I don't do that. I don't do that argument. I don't do that argument at all. I really want to ask this question because as a Cowboy fan, my biggest rivals with the Eagles, believe it or not. Do you, Joe, see, is there a certain rivalry that you hate more, or is it depending on how the season's going? Or do you just have, because my hatred's more for the Eagles, and I told Sneaky this, and he couldn't believe me. And I said, I hate the Eagles more than the Giants, believe it or not.
All right. Let me ask you a question, and be honest.
Okay.
How long has that been on your mind like that?
Probably since Michael Irvin.
Okay. All right. That's fair enough. And they're only The only reason why I say that is because what have you done for me lately? It comes into play. So why is everybody right now on this podcast? Why do we not say the Redskins?
You know exactly right.
Wait. The who?
No, I know.
Wait.
Yeah, I
the
know.
Washington
the
football
Washington football team. I know. But why don't we say the Skins? Because they're relevant, right?
Right.
So the Giants, who've had a lot of difficulty recently, is starting to fall into that Washington football team kind of irrelevancy.
Right.
And when you're irrelevant, you're not hated as much because you're irrelevant. Now
that does have something to play with. You're right. You hit it right on
it
the
has
button.
to. It has to. And then if they're relevant, the media starts talking about the new head-to-head battle between the good Cowboys and the good Eagles. And then, hey, yeah, that's right. The two good teams. Yeah, we hate them. So it is all about being relevant. So given that, it bothers me because the Cowboys are really irrelevant. And I know you're gonna laugh at that, but you've done shit in a long ass time.
96 since 96.
But being America's team and being the preseason Super Bowl champs every year for the last 100 years, I hate the Cowboys more than I hate the Eagles. However, since the Eagles won the bowl, I hate them more than I did 5 years ago.
Right. Well, so here's the deal. Here's the deal too. And Sneaky and me had this discussion as well about hatreds for teams. I do throw it back to that, but you know what? You put a lot to the Michael Irvin game because I was an Irvin fan, man. I mean, I just like the way he played the game, heart, desire. He was a leader.
Sneaky, don't say anything because we got LT. Don't say a word.
Hey, we've already had that discussion. We've already had that. So here's my deal too with that LPG is I'm not one of these diehard guys like Sneaky that say 16-0 every year, and Sneaky knows this. I'm more real about it, man, and I keep it real. But I do think this year the Cowboys win the East just because of the opposition, and that's I'm not talking 16-0. I'm talking maybe a 10-6, 11-5 type of division win. That's
I'm sorry for interrupting you. You're not wrong. I read up on obviously all the teams in the East. Dallas Cowboys have put together another freaking ridiculous roster. Dak is going to play out of his mind. He's got a set of receivers that are going to be ridiculous. I really believe they can only beat themselves. I agree with you. I am not a realistic person, and I mean that without laughing. I'm a 16-0 Giants pick every year. If I bring myself into any kind into this world, I'll say 10 wins. I'm going double-digit wins.
Right.
I believe double-digit wins wins the East this year.
Right.
So again, your fandom for your team and my fandom and our fandom, I should say, for the Giants, that's what fandom is all about. I get a lot of hate on social media because I'm not really in this world. I'm in the different universe, and I'm a big time homer. Go ahead, Sneaky.
No, that's exactly what I was going to say.
Right.
Yeah.
And I'm okay with that. Look, and everybody's like, "Oh, LPG, you got to be realistic." No, actually, I don't have to be realistic.
I do.
Nor do I care
to
be realistic. Why? Because you told me I have to be realistic. Like, no, I'm sorry that okay. What's the difference in June, July, and August that Sneaky and I say Giants going 16-0, and then we have a bunch of fights, and then we get talked into we're 10-6, even though that might not be the case, right? 10-6.
Right.
Okay.
What happens when these other two guys, and you could do it for the Cowboys too, what happens when these other two big Giant fans say, You're ridiculous. They're 7-9. They're 6-10 tops. When September and October come around, and the Giants are 0 whatever, like
Right.
or 1-5, like they have been, like a really crappy record. What do you really care that those two can come out and say, "I told you"? Is that it? Because if that's what you want at the end of the day, then I don't give a shit about your fandom for our team.
Right.
What's the difference in we're both losing out in the end?
Exactly.
You just want to be right. You know what?
You're
you
right.
Can be right.
You're right.
You
Yeah.
can be right.
Yeah, you
So-
guys 3-13.
So for me, yeah. Clary,
Hey,
Go
I'm
hell.
just throwing it
Go
out there, man. I'm just.
So I'm gonna
and
say
two-
this.
Hey, hold on. And 2 of them are going to be against the Washington football team.
I don't know. They got Chase Young is going to be. He's a bust, by the way. I'm saying that right now. Bust.
What?
I hope
Really?
he is. I
Really?
hope he
Hold on.
is. I
Okay.
hope
Why
I
is that?
wanted him so bad, bro. I wanted him so bad. But now he's
I know. Okay. Now I know why.
Okay. So
He's a beast, man. He's a beast.
I know he's terrible.
So I will say this. I too, LPG, I get a lot of hate as well, because when people, and I get it on TikTok a lot, or they say, "What's your predictions for the Giants?" And I'm going to tell you 16-0. And the reason being is, why am I going to sit here and predict my team to lose a game? I just can't do that.
I mean, sneaky.
It's going to happen, but I mean, like,
Yeah.
I'm going to say we're going to make the playoffs until we're eliminated. And when we make the playoffs, I'm going to say we're going to go to the Super Bowl until we're eliminated.
I've been extremely.
Ooh,
Yes.
there it is.
I love it.
I have to put on my 16-0 hat for a second.
Okay, guys. I have to explain this. Just for our people on Anchor, on Spotify, on Apple Podcasts, LPG just put on a Giants Spartan hat, and it looks phenomenal. I need it. I'm gonna look up the game right now.
I haven't picked them at 16-0, sneaky. I actually picked them with double-digit wins this year.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll take it.
yeah, it's
that's
funny.
you.
It's funny to say.
I've seen you
16-0.
before.
What'd you
I've
say?
seen you before. I know where I've seen you now. As
Where?
soon as you put that helmet on,
Oh,
you know
yeah,
those love books that you see at Walmart.
Yes.
With
Yes.
the long blonde
of
hair.
So,
You're calling him Fabio?
hey, how old are you, Cowboy?
I'm 28.
Yeah, you're 28, so you don't even know who Fabio is, right?
Yeah, I know who Fabio is. I know who
Oh, you
Fabio
do?
is.
You do?
Yeah.
All right, my bad.
Hey,
my bad.
shout out Ish's
Yeah,
mom.
yeah.
I gotta tell you something funny. I used to get that on a regular, but then Thor came out and all these other, and then long hair was in. I was golden after that. I didn't mind it at all.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I too was a natural blonde, but
Yeah.
I decided to dye it because I didn't want to show you up. I didn't want to.
I really appreciate it since we started off this podcast with you've made it.
Right, and after this, I'm retiring. No, I'm not. I'm lying. I'm having too much fun.
I got another question.
Shoot.
So, who is your most hated player for each team in our division? Bless you.
Not right now.
At all time. It could be now or all time. It don't matter.
All time. Wow, that's a great question. I never was asked that actually.
Wow, Ish, that's a point for you, man.
Shout out.
Yeah, I mean, for the Cowboys, I mean, who talked the most trash? Probably Mike Irving.
Yeah, Irvin did.
Probably talked the most trash, but I'm searching for a guy that talked the most trash about our team, Sneaky. Not so much talk the most trash, but like I'll give you an example. Andre Waters of the Eagles. You guys probably.
Oh, I remember him. Yep.
You're right, a safety, and then after him, Dawkins. So back-to-back safeties talked the most about the Giants. I mean, just kept riding them, and they brought the helmet and shoulder pads every freaking game. As far as the Cowboys, it probably would stick with Irving. Trying to think if there was a lineman or a running back or a linebacker that said anything. I'm really
Blake
finding it
Jarwin.
hard. Huh?
Well,
Blake Jarwin.
Yeah. He's a great tight end, too. I can't stand him. He's going to be something to deal with for a while. I mean, who do I hate with it? Never talking trash? I mean, thank God he doesn't play anymore because I have, what's his name, Witten dreams still. I mean, Witten could sit on the bench.
well, he's with the Raiders now. He's with the
Correct.
Raiders.
Witten could sit on the bench and wind up with 2 catches and 2 scores at halftime versus the Giants. He never even went out there. So I hate him. And the Redskins, again, completely irrelevant. But I'm, I was ready when Dexter Manley was talking crap to the Giants and the Hogs and stuff like that. So I don't know. There was also, I'm trying to think, because I remember Joe Morris getting into a fight with a Redskin on the field, and I hated that Redskin for it because Joe Morris was one of my favorite players ever. And I remember, I hate you. I will always hate you. And I forgot what it was.
Well, I got to throw this in there, and it's something that I just heard about the story of how you motivated Stokely in the 2000 Super Bowl.
Where'd you get that story from?
Oh, you know where I got the story from.
All right, so
when I heard this, I'm like, so it's your fault. Oh, no worries.
No, I actually might have a picture of it.
Oh, okay. I would actually break down the story, but I'd rather.
I'm breaking it down to you right now because
okay, good. Yeah, I don't want to miss any detail.
No. So it's 2000 Super Bowl. I got there mad early, and I am literally in the front row in the end zone. I wasn't sitting there; I was sitting like 15 rows back. But of course, I went to the front row, and I was just talking. And Stokely is having a catch with Dilfer. Dilfer's standing at the 15, 20-yard line. He's throwing the ball to Stokely. Stokely's back is to me. He's catching the ball, and he's stepping into the end zone. And I'm yelling every time, get out of the end zone. You'll never be there during the game. He's catching in, stepping in the end zone, kept doing it. And I was riding him for, can't even tell you, 20 minutes at least. You're never going to see the end zone. So you know what? Enjoy it while you can now. Anyway, fast forward to the game. First freaking touchdown. Dilfer hits Stokely, burns Seahorn. And I swear to you, before that, Stokely's like, I'm going to be right here during the game. I'm like, yeah, okay, good luck with that, pal. Anyway, sure enough, Stokely scores. There's a picture that was in the paper the next day in Tampa. And Stokely is like, I swear he was scored in the same spot that he was catching the ball. And he's pointing like this. And I swear to you, he's looking for me. I swear to you. And years later, I always wanted to ask him. And years later, he wound up with the Giants. And
Yep.
I couldn't wait to go to a game and ask him, like, hey, I don't know if you remember me, but remember this picture? Do you remember the jerk guy? I had a crew cut then. I had no hair. I used to shave it myself. I'm like, do you remember this idiot? And I never got to because Stokely got hurt and got put on the IR. So I never got to see him.
Oh my God.
Oh man.
When I heard that, I was just like, so
Yeah.
that's the reason.
Yeah.
That is the reason.
Hey, how do you guys react? How do you guys react to that's another thing I cannot stand. If there's one thing besides haters that I can't stand, it's the jinxers. People like,
yeah,
we lost because you, or we lost because you picked them 16-0. We lost because you said they were going to win in the fourth quarter. We lost. He got a sack because you said that so-and-so hasn't had a sack in 3 games. Shut the hell up. That has got nothing to do with the game. I can't stand people that believe in jinxers.
You know what? I know I said I made it, but I haven't got that yet. Surprisingly, I haven't got that yet. But someone did ask me when I was at the Denver game back in 2007, and that was actually the first game I met you because I was hitting you up on Instagram. Where you sitting? Where you at? Yeah. I think you could honestly file some stalking charges on me for that game. But
I you know what? I will tell you this, Sneaky, and I appreciate you staying on me like that because look, we became friendly and Giant fans, any fans, Cowboy, it doesn't matter. when you go to an away game, there's a special bond that
Yeah.
you have with another
Yeah.
fan that traveled to go see the team.
Yeah.
And, they're maybe not, they might not ever come over to your house for a burger. They might not even talk on the phone, but like, yo, that's my dude from the game. We'll be there forever. So, so there's, I try and interact with as many fans as I can on the road because I believe that you're representing your fan base. And I never put myself above any other fan.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
But I'll take it. I'll take Sneaky saying, yeah, I sought you out and we got to hang out. I'll take that because now we're friendly. So that's cool to me. I don't mind that at all.
And what I really appreciate about you is last year when we sat and talked, and obviously, I mean, I'm sitting next to or across from LPG, and the way you broke it down, you're like, look, I'm just a fan like you. And it comes full circle because I actually had a gentleman, and I thought of you when they said this. I had a gentleman hit me up on Instagram and was like, hey, could you do, because I do giveaways on TikTok. And I don't ask anything in return from, the fans or whatnot, of the followers I have. And I had a gentleman that said, I don't have any Giants gear. I'd like to have some. And I like to have as much as you have. And I said, you don't, and LPG, I'm sure you spent years on your collection like me. Okay. I mean, I started collecting stuff when I was 18, 19 years old. And here I am, 25 years old. And I'm like, it doesn't matter how much fandom or how much stuff you have. The fact that you're a fan, that's all that matters. And I went out and I actually got him a T-shirt and I sent it to him because I want him to have something to, at least something to root his team on.
So
Giants.
Sneaky, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
One, where did you get the idea to do giveaways?
I just out of the blue. My son, actually from my son, from Nick, because he has an Instagram page and not YouTube. I'm sorry. He has a YouTube channel and he would give like $10 gift cards here and there. And then once I started having a big following on Instagram, I'm like, hey guys, if I get 1,000 followers, this is what we're doing. If I get 5,000, this is what we're doing. If I get 10,000, I had a big 10,000 follower giveaway. And and for me, it's the reaction I get from my followers when they received the prize that they won. So
I asked that because I'm big into that, and I like that.
Oh, okay.
I'm huge into that.
Oh yeah, yes you are.
And
yes,
I've been doing it forever. And if you have the capability of sustaining it, which is a very hard thing, my friend.
Oh, it is. Yeah,
it's a very hard thing. Okay, I'll give away stuff because let's just thank the good Lord that I have a platform that's allowed me to acquire a lot of stuff.
Right.
And example. I still don't know what to do with the 57 Cleveland.
Oh, please send them. No. And I say that because I would definitely do one, do a giveaway.
Right now, hold on. Now I give away, I give away hats and stadium blankets and this and that. But cleats and stuff like that, I try and give away for charity. I'll give you an example.
Right.
I'll give you an example. So again, the LPG platform gave me the chance to become friends with Landon Collins. It gave me the chance to run that charity softball game, which raised in only 3 years over $100,000 for charity. And
that's awesome.
It's incredible. And this year, I wasn't able to put the softball game on because of COVID, and the charity missed out on somewhere between $35,000 and $45,000.
Yeah.
So what I did is I immediately went into my basement and I literally just started taking stuff like wherever I could, and I started I start, old jerseys and just started, pulling them out and saying, what don't I seriously need?
Right.
And wound up putting together $5,000, for charity, which is a far-fetched from 40.
Right.
But it was nothing. And then I was going to follow it up with probably another 5 with the tailgate that the NFL shut down. So, you can only do what you do. But if there's one thing I'm going to leave you with, Sneaky, don't do it because you got to 10,000.
Oh, right.
No. That's a good thing. People do it all the time. Giveaways at 1,000, giveaways at 2,000, giveaways at 10,000.
Right.
Keep doing that, but do it just to do it, and your following will rise no matter what.
Well, and that's the point. I actually do it just to do it, and I enjoy doing it. And let me tell you one of the funniest things that the requests I got, and because of the platform I have, I actually had I was giving away. I was fortunate enough to get some hats. Some Giants hats, and we did the giveaway, and I had one of my followings. They wanted me to autograph the hat. Man, to me, that is worth more than anything. And for me,
you made it.
And I look at it as some way of giving back, because I do appreciate all the love that I get. I do appreciate that.
Sneaky, what size hat is that, bro?
Kids, junior.
No. What size hat is that?
Oh, this is extremely large.
I think you might have to go a little bigger, bro.
It's no.
I think you might have to. The way you're talking, I think you might have to go a little bigger, pal.
No, it's
bring yourself in. Reel them in, Cowboy fans. Reel them in.
It's a blessing. I just got to say, it's a blessing.
It's a blessing. Yeah, spoken like a true football player. It's a blessing. Thank your mom while you're at it.
Hey, I do have a question to ask, because we're running low on the time.
No doubt.
Nelson Diaz asked a question about what you're feeling on the new coach, Judd.
Oh, great question, Nelson. I mean, look, I was a Shermer fan. I was a McAdoo fan. Why? Because that's who the organization put in front of me.
Thank you. Yep.
And I'm gonna root for them. Did I think McAdoo had what it took? I thought he was extremely intelligent, but he didn't. Shermer, I thought was a little bit out of his league. But you learn those things over the course of time. And I'll say the same thing for Judge. However, I was blown away by his press conference.
Yep, likewise.
I was blown away by his knowledge. And if the Giants thought that he was the guy without even bringing Matt Rule in, who my first choice would have been, because Matt Rule was on the Giants staff. I'm friendly with Matt Rule, so I knew that the Giants were going to call him in and give him a shot, and they didn't. That means Judge blew them away.
Yeah.
Now, look, is anybody a Yankee fan?
No.
Okay. I didn't think you would be. All right, so I'm a big Yankee fan, being in here in New York, and the only way I can make you guys understand this was everybody knows who Don Mattingly is.
Right.
And Don Mattingly was my favorite player of all time, with Jeter, but Don Mattingly. It came time for the Yankees job opening. It was Mattingly. Mattingly could have walked in and said, "I'm Don Mattingly," and walked out. But boom, Joe Girardi came in with a PowerPoint and these statistics and blew the Yankees away. And Don Mattingly didn't get the job. And as a Yankee fan, and I'm acquainted this to the Giants, because it's like Don Mattingly's like, if LT walked in the building and said, "I want to be head coach," he'd have it. So what I'm saying is Judge must have come in there and just been unbelievable. And his press conference blew me away. And then his first couple weeks or months with the Giants, as far as practice is concerned, I love it. And if he messes up, take a freaking lap.
Yeah.
Hey! I gotta ask him one. Thing that's on every Cowboy's mind. Every Cowboy's mind. You got to answer this one for me.
Oh hell!
How do you feel about your new offensive coordinator?
I absolutely love him. You could clap as much as you want.
Thank you.
And wait, let me tell you. Did I want Jason Garrett as head coach? I did not.
Nope.
Did I want his absolute brain as offensive coordinator, who, by the way, already played quarterback for the Giants? I really did. And if you go back, I don't know how many months you have to go back and find my tweets, I pushed for him as OC hard. Now, look, I don't give a crap about all that clapping shit. That doesn't mean anything to me. It really doesn't mean anything to me, and I think it's been blown out of proportion. However, if I was a Cowboy fan and you were throwing interceptions and fumbles, and this guy's like, I know what he's doing. We all know what he's doing. Like, don't worry about it. We'll get him. Yes, no.
Thanks.
It is. And don't get me wrong. The first interception or fumble the Giants have, the camera's going to be right on him, not Judge.
Right.
And he'll clap, and all Giant fans will go crazy on social media again. But if you're asking me an honest question, I would say I'm really looking forward to him as an offense coordinator. I think he's going to be awesome, and I think he's going to cause a lot of problems for Dallas as well. I really do.
I actually agree with you. I'm one of the Cowboy fans that agrees with you on that whole statement. I think you have a brilliant offensive coordinator.
Yeah, I think he's brilliant. I really do. I think he's very smart.
Right.
And I just love the fact that when we win a Super Bowl with him as OC, it's going to be so much sweeter. I mean, that's just my 2 cents.
Well, by that time, you would have signed 10, 15 hats. Your hat size will have grown to a 10.5. I'm sure you'll be just fine, Sneaky.
Only if it's on request. It'll be an honor too.
Correct.
Hey, Joe. Oh my God, man. It just feels like we've only been talking to you for 5 minutes. I swear to God.
Dude, anytime you guys want, it's a lot of fun. I'll come on as soon as the Giants beat the Cowboys. We'll come on again.
I do have one question. I do. I have one final question. All right. What is your expectations for the 2020 New York Football Giants?
I think they're going to surprise a lot of people. I really do. Unfortunately, I think they're going to have to outscore their opponents. I don't think it's going to be a defensive battle. We're a year or two away from that. I do expect the Giants to surprise. I do expect Joe Judge to win Coach of the Year. I do expect the Giants to be double-digit wins. I think they're going to surprise a ton of people. I think they're going to win the East. They're not going to back in. I think they're going to win it outright.
My man.
Okay.
I can't wait till we get McKinney back on the field too.
Wait till we talk after the first game. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that one, baby.
Hey, Joe. Man, I can't thank you enough. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Joe.
I do have another final. This is
another final question.
Bring it.
Final question A. No, I'm kidding. Are you familiar with my outro?
No, but if it's anything like your intro, it's probably a lot of yelling and
it's
whatever.
Somewhat. And I was just curious if you could say it one time, and basically it's "Let's go Giants," and then you go "Ow," but you got more emphasis. You got to have more emphasis on that.
Oh, like I was sitting in the front row type shit.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Like I was I was talking to some of the players type shit.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Like I was at Texas Stadium, like AT&T, like that type of
shout out.
Right.
Let's go Giants, baby! Ow!
Oh, there it is.
I appreciate that. Oh, man.
Yo, anytime you want, I'm in, bro. I'm in.
I appreciate it. Thank you so much. If you could stick around for just a few seconds, and then we're heading out, and then okay, that too. No. And Ish, you got anything? Ish?
He's muted. Here he is.
There he is.
Yeah. I'm here. No, I just want to give a shout out.
Why'd you disappear? Why couldn't you just be on the whole time?
He's the
I'm the producer. I take care of the stuff.
You got to disappear?
Yeah. People don't like my face. Yeah,
all right, no doubt.
Really like my face.
Your face is fine. Your hat is shitty.
Appreciate it. I just want to give a shout out, man. I really appreciate you coming on. I kind of like seeing different perspectives of how fans see their teams. And, I always see Cowboys fans as being right, but it feels good hearing other teams, how they feel about us. So I
mean,
appreciate
look, if it's anything like, talking to your guy up there, where, we say the same shit, so it doesn't really matter.
Right.
As you guys do, we do. It's just the way your fan base really should work. And if it doesn't work like that, then they're just haters. It's like, I'll leave you with this. One of the things just drives me insane is and it'll happen after the first game, after the first loss. Might not be the first game, but after the first loss, you'll get a percentage of the fan base that will put that bag over their head and put that picture on their Instagram or whatever. And I say this, and I say this every year. If you're going to put a bag over your head, just please make it plastic.
Thank you. I like that. Yes, sir.
I like that.
I'm with you there, bro. I am absolutely.
But we'll just make it standard for Cowboy fans. Just don't wait. Just put the bag on now. And yeah,
I know, man. I'm talking about our team. I'm talking about their team right now.
Oh, they know I love them. Claire, you got anything, ma'am?
No, I want to say LPG. Thanks again, man, for having us on. Having you on the show and for your time, man. I mean, you sound like a busy guy. Probably something going on all the time, and for taking time out to hang out with us for about an hour. That was awesome, man. And I really do appreciate it. And thanks for the love, man.
I really appreciate it. I am busy. I have just taken a new position. I am now the CEO or the coordinator of Sneaky G-Man Fantasy.
Hey.
The Fantasy Fan Club. So if you need anything signed or you need anything delivered, send me your name and address.
Hey.
I'm doubling
Hold on,
your salary
Sneaky.
right
Hold
now.
on, Sneaky. Why don't you tell LPG who you took as one of your receivers yesterday in our draft?
No, I don't want to know.
Let him know who you took.
Sneaky,
Let him know.
Sneaky, it's okay, bro. It's okay. That's why I don't play fantasy, man.
It rhymes with Bam.
You
Your
don't
last
wanna
name
know.
rhymes with Bam. Okay.
I don't know about it. It's okay. It's okay. Sneaky, I know why you took him, bro. Because you have the curse. He'll be hurt the first game. I love it.
Thank you. Thank you.
He'll be hurt the first game.
So, actually, I'm not even going to defend it. Yes, I took CeeDee Lamb. So what? Who cares?
Yeah, you did.
Took him. I took him. So what?
I care.
I have zero Giants
wow.
in my team, by the way. Just letting you know.
But I did take Shepard, though. I still have Shepard.
Who you starting?
Shepard. What?
Okay, I don't know.
Yeah.
What do you mean? You make it sound like that might be a hard question now.
Oh no, that's an easy question. I needed a receiver. And he was the only one.
Wow.
Anyway, hey, LPG, yeah, I got nothing but love for you, brother. Thank you so much for your time, and I'm really glad that we were able to get you on. And again, it only seemed like 5 minutes. Everybody that's listening, please hear us we're on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and some other podcasts that I never heard of.
Branker.
I want to also want to give a shout out to Dress Comfy, who is going to be pushing out, who already has Cleary OG merch pushed out. And I'm
gonna send one. I'm gonna send one to LPG. By the way,
please. I want everybody signs it first. Everybody has to sign it first.
Deal.
Yes,
and,
absolutely.
And
Sneakies
LPG,
will be in the middle.
She's actually pushing out some Sneaky G merch here in about a week, and you already got one on the way. I'll even sign it for you. It'll be an honor. Oh, but you got to put. Yeah, I was gonna say you got to put it right back there. My man. Hey, everybody that's listening, thank you so much for the love and support. We appreciate it. I am going to get a smaller hat than this, but I just want to give everybody love for showing us love and support. We love it. Dress Comfy, you are freaking awesome. And finally, and don't you guys do it either. Don't you interrupt. Don't do it this time, because this is going to be in honor of LPG. Ladies and gentlemen,
Cowboys.
Let's go Giants! Ow! Spin it!
on my fucking level, to be honest. Some of y'all dancing with the devil, to be honest. Y'all